Welcome back in Midcast, and look at that. We got two beautiful faces right here.
Why are you mean mugging the people?
Unfortunately, me and Samuel...
You look so ridiculous.
Unfortunately, me and Samuel are not quite up there. What is this, bro? What is bro doing? But me and Sam aren't quite up to the level of having that yet. Process of closing my house before the game.
Yay! Everybody get a round of applause.
The day the first games happen, I will be closing. But so our March Madness bracket. Let's take a quick gander at how that's doing after the first weekend, around the 60.
Do we even want to know?
I think we need to
Did
know.
West State was their first place?
We can say. Hold on, I gotta find it. Why is it not? Okay, there we go.
Why did we go against VCU this year?
There we go. Okay.
Why did we go for Wisconsin?
Currently, Colby, who is in first place.
Someone else is in first place.
Leslie's in first place. Shout out Leslie. Followed by Colby, he's second, and then we have the Midcast group pick, third place.
Well, there's at least a household within this group that knows ball.
And then we did. So I pointed out in the group chat right after it happened, but for the second time in 3 years, Wisconsin as a 5 seed, we picked them to go to the Final Four. And for the second time in 3 years, they get knocked out.
No, it won't load properly. It's the puke emoji, my Michigan champion pick.
But with that being said, we got some hockey to predict, gentlemen. Tony, you're our expert. I'll let you take the reins here.
I don't know if expert is the way you want to define that, but I'll take over if you want me to.
Compared to the rest of us, you're an expert, buddy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know the most puck here.
Yeah? Whoa, what's the stipulation for a good team?
They had to have a good penalty kill.
They gotta have a lot of wins.
They gotta end the game with more goals. All right. So the NCAA hockey tournament is taking place. It's called the Frozen Four tournament, but we have 16 teams. So many people get confused about that because when it's the semifinals, then it's called the Frozen Four. I'm not gonna argue. I'm just gonna let whatever happens.
Oh, like Final Four.
My brother.
I know you're rage baiting me. I know you are, and it worked. That was well done. So starting in the round of 16, first ranked Michigan against unranked Bentley. This is truly a David versus Goliath situation. Let's start first with Bentley, because I feel like they have significantly less to talk about. Their leading scorer this year was Jake Black with 41 points in 39 games. So, having a player over a point per game is a good sign. You'd like more than that if you'd like to progress further in the tournament than just making the show. Their second highest had 34 in 39. Very clearly, Jake Black was their star. He had 19 goals in that 39 game span. Yeah, he was a dog. Their goaltenders, looks like Lucas Swedin. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Swedin, was their starter. Yeah, it looks like Sweden, but I'm going to hope it's not pronounced like the country.
It's like the country.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Sedin, like the Sedin twins.
Swedin.
Swedin.
Had just over 2 goals against average. I mean, doing fine in the goaltending department. Nothing really to write home about. But they're taking on U of M, who had, let me see, 4 players at least at a point per game, 2 of them over. TJ Hughes with 53 in 37. Michael Haig, noted Montreal Canadiens prospect, with 51. Will Horkoff, noted Penguins prospect, first round pick last year, with 37 in 37 games. And Jaden Perron with 37 in 37. Their forward core has been good all year. Something that I think they've been better at this year than previous years is their penalty killing. And I think that just comes with a certain amount of young skill coming in the door. I mean, a lot of kids are coming up now with coaches having put them on the penalty kill when they're coming up, and they have better zone knowledge. You know, it's a whole thing. But U of M this year looked amazing with a overall record of 29-7-1. Filthy, dumb. 17 of those wins were in conference, thus them being the Big Ten champions this year.
We even saw them
in the
live,
goaltending
too.
department. Yeah, right. Goaltending department, Jack Ivankovic was the starter, had a .923 save percentage with a 2.14 goals against average. He played the majority of the games with Stephen Peck taking in a couple of games every now and again, but Ivankovic as a freshman, I believe second round pick by the Predators, he's a star. And I think he is going to be the deciding factor in a lot of these playoff games for Michigan. I don't think it's any question. U of M walks away with this one pretty handedly.
I agree.
Oh, you did say David versus Goliath. David did win that bout. But
yes, but what were the betting odds on that according to Kalshi? Look at that up. Come on now.
Speaking of betting odds, I got all the betting odds for the current games that are determined. And,
Fill us in, Samuel.
Well, let's just say it's a projected ass beating. Bentley is at plus 325.
Oh, for hockey, that is massive.
Oh, you want to hear the funny side?
Oh.
Michigan, minus 475.
Well, it just shows the difference in conference play there.
Yeah.
Bentley, thank you for showing up. I'm sure this was monumental for your program. We'll see you next year.
That is the highest minus that we'll see.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, Bentley has 317-1 odds to win the national championship. They are the lowest team odd-wise to win the national championship.
Well, they're also the lowest ranked team to make the tournament. Thus, they're playing one-seeded Michigan.
Yep.
That's just...
You know what? I'm putting 100 down on it. There's a chance.
Sam doesn't go for the small fish. Yeah, who's that?
Bentley. They're the only team I've never heard of.
Okay.
Right, very
Is that the university akin with the car manufacturer?
All right, we're going to move on swiftly. The next section of the bracket is Minnesota Duluth taking on Penn State. This one I predict to be significantly closer. We'll start once again with the second team mentioned, Penn State. Obviously, their big star is Gavin McKenna. Freshman, came in from juniors after playing with the Medicine Hat Tigers in the WHL the last 2 years before this one. I think it was 2. It was just dominant. Was one of the biggest name in the transfer program from Canadian Junior to the NCAA. He was the headliner with Penn State. And he didn't disappoint. Off-ice antics aside, ended with 50 points in 33 games. He was exactly as advertised. Goaltending department, their goaltender, Joshua Fleming, with 18 games played, had a .924 save percentage. I am assuming he will be their starter for the tournament. The point totals around the team look good, right? The guys you'd expect to produce did. Following up Gavin McKenna was Matt DeMarsico? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. With 42 points in 35 games. Aiden Fink with 38 in 28. I don't know why he missed so much time, but that guy was a dog. Penn State looks good coming in. On the opposite end with Minnesota Duluth, there is a standout pairing and they are brothers, Zam and Max Plant. Max finishing with 49 points in 38 games. Zam finishing with 46 in 38 games. We should note.
Did you say Zam with a Z?
That's what I was about to clarify.
Z-A-M. Yup. Max
Dude.
and Zam.
Dude, what the fuck? What? I got
That guy's
stuck
a
with
banger.
Sam. I could have had Zam. I didn't know Zam was on the table.
Yes.
hell, Mom?
Because your mother yelling Samuel up the stairs has so much more, vigor to it.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't know it was on the table. You have no choice.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
I can
they
change it
waited
now.
until
I
you was
changed
3 to
it.
give him an anchor.
Yeah, but you didn't have consciousness. You didn't spawn in
Nah,
yet.
buddy.
You were just
Nah,
an
buddy,
NPC, brother.
I'm built
Yeah, keep
different.
inventory
I-
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max and Zam Plant, they're going to be the big hitters on this team. I believe both of them play on the same forward line. They look great. Goaltending wise, we're looking at a .908 save percentage from their starter, Adam Gajan. I believe he's a Blackhawks prospect, if I'm not mistaken. Not the best stats for an NCAA goaltender, especially one that has to put up with Gavin McKenna in the first round. As much as I love Max Plant, being a Red Wings fan and hoping the best for him, I think Gavin McKenna and friends in Penn State are going to give him a lot of trouble. I don't see it very likely Minnesota Duluth moves on.
I agree.
And add in my stats or my betting
Yep.
odds. Real quick, you were correct. He is a Blackhawks
Score.
right. Second round, 35th overall in the 2023 draft. Betting odds.
Damn, that's high.
A little bit closer than I thought they would be. Penn State minus 135, Minnesota Duluth 105 or plus 105.
Yeah.
So I thought-
Yeah. I mean, the Plot brothers bring a lot to the table, right? And
Yeah.
even though there isn't an overbearing amount of talent on that roster, they have had a really good season for themselves over with Minnesota Duluth. That team has had a really, really good year. I think being paired up against Penn State, yeah, they're a difficult team. If Minnesota Duluth gets past, I think they go on to make some noise. It'll be a testament to their talent.
Colby, what the hell do you have?
Do you have a laser pointer? Is that what I'm seeing in the side?
No.
He's got a laser pointer.
Oh.
This guy. This guy.
This
I'm back
guy.
one episode. I can't keep you on track. Shameful. Shameful.
Out of the
Painful.
2 seeds, it's worth noting, Minnesota Duluth has the second worst odds out of 2 seeds to make the Frozen Four.
I don't know. I think that's a decent bet, man. There's a lot of good talent on this team. I think people get scared away from the amount of goals against they face. Adam Gajan being their starter, like we said, had a .908. His goals against average was only a .224. That is not obscenely higher than any of the other goalies we've mentioned so far. I guess they worry about defensive coverage in the tournament. It doesn't seem too right to me, just because when shots got to Gajan, he did well, and he didn't have to face a lot of them. So that's a testament to Minnesota Duluth's defense. I would put a little money on Minnesota Duluth to make some noise here.
So, hold on. You went Penn State, right?
I think so. This is one that I'm really not sure
Colby?
about. This is going to be a really good game, but I'm going to lean towards logic. I'm going to lean towards Penn State.
Colby's going Penn State. I'm going Penn State. So Samuel.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of
You're
what I say,
overruled.
Yeah, you're overruled, buddy.
yeah, regardless of what I say, I'm overruled. But yeah,
No sponsorship today.
I would say
No free sponsorship.
You know what? Just to be different, I'll say Minnesota Duluth because they got 2 good
Sam,
shooters.
I
as well
respect
as
you giving the
one.
boys some love. The boys deserve some love. I'm glad you're giving it to them. All right. Moving to the bottom side of the bracket, with Western Michigan ranked 4 and Minnesota State. Western Michigan, a lot of changing of the guard from their national championship roster last year. There are a handful of guys that stuck around, but let's see here. They only had one player who was above a point per game, and that was Grant Slukinski. With four. Yeah, I was trying to dodge that one really hard. I almost slip of the tongue. He had 40 points in 37 games. The next closest was Liam Valente. He had 35 and 37. They had a handful of guys who did a lot of good work, but having seen this team in person multiple times this year, with us being a Western-based, we're closest to them. It's not about the goal scoring for these guys. They are really good shutdown-wise. Their goaltender, I mean, last year, won the Natty. Their goalie was a freshman. That's dumb. Speaking of goalies, Hampton Slukinski, said it right this time, in net for the boys with a .916 save percentage and a .226 goals against average. So again, higher goals against average than Adam Gajan with Minnesota Duluth, but a higher save percentage. The boys were relying on him a little bit more this year, and I want to temper my expectations. And then you look at Minnesota State, who didn't have a single player over a point per game this year. Their highest point total was 34, followed by 30, followed by 29, and then a very steep drop-off. Tristan Lemieux with the highest point total here, 34 in 39 games, 16 goals, 18 assists. Not a whole lot to write home about with this team, in all honesty. Goaltending-wise, this is where they shine. Alex Tracy with a .927 save percentage and a 1.8 goals against average. He was their show. Offensively, if they're going to do anything against Western, they need to pull the offense together. That being said, we saw from Western's point totals, they weren't scoring a whole lot this year either. This first round matchup with Western Michigan and Minnesota State is going to be a goaltending war. I honestly see it being either a 1-0 or a 2-1 game. Highly likely to go to overtime. This one, before I say who I want, I think we should have a little discussion.
Little discussion?
So, Samuel, you want to give us the betting odds of what the world thinks is going to happen?
Yeah. So these are going to be towards the higher end. Minnesota State plus 230. WMU minus 315.
Okay. Better odds for WMU than I expected.
I will say, the Minnesota State mascot, fucking cool.
Oh, that bull is tough. Yeah.
And they're called the Mavericks. Fucking cool.
Hard to not root for those guys, but my argument
for them, but I will.
my argument leans towards Western Michigan, not because of, proximity bias, but due to the fact that they have shown this year that they don't need to score a whole lot to outplay their opponent. Obviously, they're the 4 seed for a reason. They won a lot of games this year. They deserve to be where they are. They deserve to be playing a weaker opponent in the first round. I think Western Michigan walks away with it.
I second that.
Yeah.
Give me the ponies! Give it to me.
Dude, missed opportunity. I should be wearing my Western jersey right now. I missed out. I don't know.
I can't wait to show you guys my secret project I'm working on during this video. It's at the end. Don't worry.
Oh, God.
I'm afraid. I'm thoroughly terrified.
Don't be afraid. It's wonderful.
I will say, their hockey jerseys, they could use some work. They are... I like purple and yellow.
I love that.
But they got
they're not the prettiest thing in the world.
No, I think if they flip the colors around, it'd be way better.
I could agree
instead
with
of like purple base, yellow stripes.
Yep.
I think that would look good.
So the last first round matchup on the left side of the bracket, Denver and Cornell. Denver, for one of the first times in my memory, aren't ranked. Their goal scoring department also looks a little lackluster. However, when you look at the grand scheme of things, they have 4 players over 30 points and what's that? 7, 8 over 20. They're relying on their top guys pretty heavily for goal scoring. Leading the charge, 37 points in 39 games, Eric Polkamp. I believe he's a centerman, if I'm not mistaken. Offense this year, not super heavy for Denver. The goaltending department, you think the goals against averages and save percentages I've told you so far are good. Wait till you hear this shit. Johnny Hicks, by the way, elite name. They're starting tender this year. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. I misread this in my pregame or pre-show analysis. This was the standings I was about to give you. Johnny Hicks with a 958 save percentage and a 1.14 goals against average. He was not their starter, unfortunately. I misread the graphic. It is Quentin Miller with a still good 916 and a 239 goals against average.
Ew.
Yeah, I was about to say so much nicer things to Denver when I thought Johnny Hicks was their guy between the pipes. Moving over to Cornell, we have, again, the 3 players over 30 points. They only have 7 over 20, but they also played less games. 34 points in 33 games for Jonathan Castagna. I'm hoping, again, pronouncing that right, hoping. Ryan Walsh with 33. Canton Ryan with 30. They look better in terms of goal scoring per game, right? Their top guys are coming through more. Looks like the point scoring depth is also a little better than what Denver's rocking right now. The goaltending department, their starting goaltender is Alexi Cornwallier. Beautiful name. With a 917 goals against average and a 198 917 save percentage and a 198 goals against average. Definitely better numbers in pretty much every facet to what Denver is rocking. With neither one of these teams being ranked, I think people are going to lean more heavily on Denver because of their past prestige. I think Cornell makes a little bit of noise here. I think they walk away with it.
What I was going to say.
I'm going with Denver. They're playing in their own stadium. Give me Denver.
That's true. I can get behind that logic, is that they're playing a home game. Yeah, they're going to have a lot of fans in that building.
To go with the betting odds, Denver is sitting at a minus 210, Cornell plus 160. So pretty even match. Not the most even match we're going to see, spoiler, but pretty even match.
To further Sam's point.
My logic here. Yeah, okay, Zach, you go first.
To further Sam's point there, looking at the national championship odds, Michigan 5-1, North Dakota 6-1, Sparty 7-1, Western 8-1, Denver 11-1, and then there's a drop off after Denver to Minnesota Duluth 18-1. So there's a clear top 5 right now in hockey.
Right.
And if they were to fully see it out, everyone, Denver would technically be the 5 seed paired with Western.
That's fair, and with the context included, obviously Denver played a more difficult schedule this year than Cornell did. I don't know, man. The numbers on paper look really good in Cornell's favor, but with it being a game in Denver and them having played harder competition, I'm gonna flip my prediction. I'm gonna stick pretty cut and dry here. I'm gonna go Denver.
Same.
Agreed.
I mean, it's hard not to root for Denver, especially hearing the natty odds. Like they're sitting up there, so
Right.
gotta
There's a
run
lot
Denver.
of weight on their shoulders. I'm just going to say, with my vote being on Denver, I won't be shocked one bit if Cornell upsets them. Won't shock me one bit. Moving to the other side of the bracket, Michigan State and UConn, our third and final Michigan-based team here. Their point scoring this year was really good. Leading the charge was Porter Martone with 47 points in 33 games. Charlie. Thank you, Sam. Charlie Strammel with 44 and 35. Daniel Russell with 39 and 35. Riker Lee with 28 and 33. Then we have a little bit of a drop off, but it's, I mean, you go from 39 to 28, 27, 20, 18, 18, 18, 15. Like the depth holds up relatively well. It should be noted, Caden Lindstrom, the former 4th overall pick for Columbus, the man whose skin is paper and his bones are glass, 10 points in 29 games. I was hoping the world for that guy. That makes me sad. Going to the goaltending department, if this graphic will actually let me switch over. There we go. The man himself, the man who refused to turn semi-pro last year because, quote, we have unfinished business. Trey Augustine between the pipes with a 929 save percentage and a 209 goals against average. It is, I don't believe it is statistically his best season, but he looked so good this year. Man, every time Michigan State took the ice, it was the story of if you can break Trey Augustine. And that was a problem, right? It was either 1 or 0 goals against in a game, or you had like 4 plus. It was, I worry. Then we go to UConn, who in their own right has made a little bit of noise this year in their own conference. Ryan Tattle being their top point scorer this year, 32 points, 37 games. Joey Muldowney with 28. Then we have Jake Richard with 27. We dip into 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 17, 16, 16. They have better point scoring depth than Michigan State does. But being a program that is not very prestigious in the hockey department, they kind of need it. Switching over to the goaltending side of things, their starter this year was Tyler Muzelik. Again, anybody feel free to correct me. With a 927 save percentage. What's that?
Say Mrazek.
You said good enough. Welcome back, Peter Mrazek. It's close enough.
Peter Mrazek, my goat. Tyler Muzelik with a 929 or 927 save percentage and a 221 goals against average, which is ridiculously good. You're looking at a goalie who has comparable numbers to Trey Augustine. Yes, you have to look at the strength of competition, but UConn has spent the entirety of their playoffs so far being the underdog people counted out. If there was a place for a top-rated team to face more trouble than they expect, I think it's this matchup with Michigan State and UConn. That being said, I don't think there's any question that Michigan State moves on, right? Am I wrong?
I just want to point out that what you just said does reflect in the numbers. I don't know the game odds per se, but national championship odd it reflects. UConn has the same odds to win the national championship as Cornell, 61-1. And then after UConn, it's a massive, massive drop off to the next team, which is Merrimack at 103-1. So Sparty is by far getting the hardest.
Shut up, my boys in Merrimack. Thanks for coming.
Getting the toughest 4 seed out of the bunch, it seems.
Yup. UConn has the capacity to make a mess. See, and I see a lot of State fans coming into this matchup making that exact point. After how they went out last year, don't give this team the easy road. They want the hard way in. They want to prove that they've won it at the most difficult measures possible. And I see this Michigan State team being able to do that. They are fiends, dude. They are twisted. I don't think there's any question. UConn might have a good game.
S-M-O-K-E. Smoke.
I love Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, I don't think there's any.
I prefer Stack.
Stack is a good one. Hello. I don't think there's any question that UConn is going to have a good game. They're not going to have a better game than Michigan State.
Nah, give me UConn to beat Sparty Thursday and Friday. They'd taken them out twice, back-to-back days.
I forgot that's a back-to-back matchup, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to also go with the
just
game
hate 'em.
odds, MSU sitting at -238. UConn sitting at +180. That goes along with what Tony said. This game
Plus
is
180 is
probably-
not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's gonna be less comfy than the other Michigan-based ones.
Right, definitely.
Like you're gonna be standing at the edge of your seat probably till that horn sounds. But
100%. I'm not shocked if this is a 1-goal game. Not shocked at all.
But also,
that being said,
real quick, as you pointed out from what Trey Augustine said, we got unfinished business. If they go into this tournament with that mentality,
Observe.
I think they win it at all.
Hypothesize.
And that's not biased.
they are most definitely a team that is coming into this tournament with, pardon my mild amounts of French, some piss and vinegar. They want it all. They're hungry.
Yeah.
I'd argue hungrier than most. What'd you say, Zach?
Some P&V, piss and vinegar.
There you go. Love that.
My favorite
moving on
flavor of
to
chips.
Or Peacemaker and Vigilante.
I got myself a can of Pringles piss and vinegar. Jesus Christ. All right, moving on to Dartmouth and Wisconsin. These are actually stats I haven't looked at yet, so I'm looking at these for the first time with you guys.
Statistically, the closest round one matchup.
Yes. Leading the charge offensively for Dartmouth is Hayden Stavroff with 48 points in 34 games, followed by Hank Cleaves with 39. Then they have a pretty steep drop-off to Nikita Nikora. Beautiful name off the tongue, by the way. 25 points in 34
Colby's
games.
favorite college player right there.
Very clearly have a couple of stars on this team that are doing the majority of the heavy lifting. Switching over to the goaltenders, their starter this year appears to be Emmett Croteau? I don't know how I pronounce that. Croteau. So, Croteau? It's hard. I don't speak French. With a 924 save percentage and a 188 goals against average. Dartmouth, I think, again, a little bit of weaker competition, but it appears they've got a couple of aces up front that are doing the majority of their work with some solid goaltending behind them. Wisconsin, who is no stranger as of late to upsets, 50 points in 32 games for Gavin Morrissey. 33 points in 32 games. I was looking at the shot column. I was like, I don't think anybody on their team did that good. 33 points in 32 games for Gavin Morrissey, 29 in 35 for Christian Fitzgerald. Again, a team that has a decent amount of depth in their scoring. It's not just leaning on one guy every night, which is honestly better. But no standout stars, really. Their starting goaltender, Daniel Hauser, had a rough season. An 898 save percentage with a 2.6 goals against average. I think there's a conversation to be had here. Sam, you want to hit us with some odds?
Let's get these odds rolling. Wisconsin sitting at -145. Dartmouth at +114. Quick fun fact about Emmett Croteau. He has Aboriginal status in Canada. He's from Bonnyville, Alberta, Canada. Also
Lovely.
drafted by
Good
the
for
Montreal
him.
Canadiens in 2022.
Figures, take a Canadian.
Aboriginal.
Anyway,
Yeah, this game is
No,
essentially
Australian
just a pick 'em. Like, pick who you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Dartmouth.
Yeah, me too. As much as I respect Wisconsin's program, they're not up to snuff this year, in my opinion. The goaltending has been horrendous. There's not enough depth to their scoring. I think any other year they move on from the first round against Dartmouth. I don't think this year is that year. Dartmouth has a couple of aces up front and really solid goaltending. Wisconsin has neither of those. I don't care what strength of competition you got. An 8.98 as a starter in the Big Ten is unacceptable. You've got to have better numbers than that coming into the tournament. The fact that they have those numbers in goaltending and made the tournament, I think, is a grace unto God. I don't know how they're here. Yeah, I don't think anybody is in question. We're voting for Dartmouth as a dark horse to take down Wisconsin.
We had to have a upset here somewhere.
We had to have one upset in there somewhere. Yeah,
Dartmouth is the 2 seed. We technically did with Penn State. Penn State's the 3.
I love how they just don't put that up here on the bracket.
It's not until you
website.
click into the printable bracket, and then it shows the regional seeds.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll just use telekinesis to figure that out.
I'm looking at that. Yeah, that is true.
Fucking assholes. Anyway, moving on to the second to last first round matchup, North Dakota and Merrimack. I almost don't want to talk about the stats and just say thanks Merrimack for coming, but we'll look at them anyway.
Yep.
We'll look at them anyway. 34 points in 32 games for both Ellis Rickwood and Cole Reshney. Cole Reshney being a draft pick of somebody in the first round. I don't remember who off the top of my head. 33 points for Ben Strinden. Yeah, they have 4 players over 30 points. Really, really good depth scoring here. Goaltending department, their season belonged to Jan Spoonar, apparently, with a 909 save percentage and a 20. You wish. With a 909 save percentage and a 206 goals against average. Just a really well-rounded team. Like, the goaltending is nothing standout, but the depth of point scoring is phenomenal on this North Dakota team. I don't think there's any question they wipe the floor with whoever's walking in. That being said, Merrimack's leading scorer this year, 36 points in 37 games. Parker Lalone, 35 points for Justin Gill, 35 points for Trevor Hoskin. And then we have a bit of a drop-off. Not as great depth scoring-wise, but they've got a couple of guys who are doing pretty well this year. The only goaltender they have on roster is Max Lundgren with a 920 save percentage, but a 256 goals against average. Bro was getting shelled this year. He was getting worked. Yeah, we can open the floor for discussion, but I don't think there's any doubt that North Dakota might win this game by 7 goals.
You know, I think they might only win it by 6 goals.
I'll hold my reservations, man.
You guys said 6-7. Oh, it's too easy. Just walk right into it.
I vote to give Colby a yellow card.
Yep. Referee, where's the flag?
Sam, what are those odds looking like? Because with the difference in roster production this year, I am ridiculously curious.
North Dakota, minus 270. Merrimack, what do you think it is?
Plus 525.
Close. Plus 200.
How was that close?
I was about to say, did bro just say close? And
You're
it's
telling me, you're
It could've
telling
been a
me
lot worse.
Merrimack, you're telling me Merrimack has better odds of beating North Dakota than Bentley does of beating Michigan? Huh?
I mean, that tracks. I mean,
What are we talking about?
Bentley in
Yeah.
theory is the worst team in the tournament. Michigan in theory is the best.
Yeah.
I'd argue. Nuh-uh.
No.
That's all I got.
Alright.
No.
yeah,
It's
we put-
Quinnipiac that's the best in
pretty
the bracket.
Yeah, I'm content with North Dakota.
Quinnipiac, my goats. All right. Final matchup in the first round being Providence versus Quinnipiac. Providence this year, 28 points in 35 games for their leading scorer, John Mustard. Somebody get me a jersey immediately.
Yeah.
John Mustard?
That's
I already know what I'm
dude.
thinking. You just stop talking, bro. It's Providence. It's Providence, bro. It's Providence. Don't
It's
stop
Providence.
talking. Stop talking. And it's excited.
27 points in 35 games for recent Ducks first rounder, Roger McQueen. This is a fucking all names team. Oh my god.
McQueen.
Roger
We're about to have a
McQueen,
whole
my
lineup of
beauty.
Providence jerseys.
Hell yeah, we are. Their goaltending this year, it looks like the majority of the games were split between Philip Svedback and Jack Parsons. Svedback rocking a
What the
9-8.
hell?
Huh?
Where's the fun names?
Oh, well, I don't know.
I mean,
I think
Svedback is
Svedback
pretty
is a
fun.
little fun. It's okay, you know, compared to
Sven, you're
fucking
next.
John Mustard. Yeah, Philip Svedback with a 918 save percentage, a 232 goals against average. Jack Parsons with a 923 save percentage and a 199 goals against average. So the stats are pretty close, but Jack Parsons pulling ahead there. He had 50 more minutes played. He played like one more game worth of time. But yeah, for the majority of the season, they were splitting starts. Not a whole lot here to be excited about other than all-name team John Mustard and Roger McQueen. Not really
Yeah,
great
that's-
depth scoring for Providence. That worries me a little bit. Moving over to Quinnipiac, Ethan Wittenbach leading the charge with 58 points in 38 games. This kid is a monster. I've seen some highlights of him. He is gross. Following him up with 38 points in 38 games is Antonin Verreau. God, names are hard. I got to get better at my job. Then we have 34 points, 33, 33, 29, 28. They've got good depth scoring here. It looks like a lot of scoring out of their two top forward lines. There might be a defenseman thrown in there. I'm not super familiar with everybody's position. Yeah, Wittenbach is going to be a problem. He is going to be the guy you double team on the power play, should it happen. The majority of their minutes this year belong to, it looks like they had dual starters as well. Matei Mironov with a 899 and a 232. Not excellent. Dylan Silverstein, who had a 916 and a 193. So obviously one of those guys performing better than the other being Dylan Silverstein, but splitting starters the majority of the year. I don't know if that's just something the program is accustomed to because they don't have like a star goaltender, or I'm unsure. As much as I love all-name team Providence, I think Quinnipiac are some clear favorites here.
I'm going Providence.
Yeah, I gotta go all name Providence. And even just looking at the betting odds, Quinnipiac minus 110, Providence minus 120.
Oh, so this is going to be a game.
It is going to be a toss up. I gotta go with the all name team.
Wanna
Let's
point
go,
out
John
their
Mustard.
mascot is the Friars as well, which is pretty sick.
As much as I love what Roger McQueen brings to the table, unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with John Mustard's game. You take a look at what Ethan Wittenbach brings to the table with Quinnipiac. You had 20 more points than you had games played. In the NCAA, I don't care what division you play in, that is dumb production. I think if you're going to have a team that relies on one guy, it's Quinnipiac with Ethan Wittenbach. I know I'm outvoted and we're moving forward Providence, but my personal opinion, Quinnipiac is going to move. I honestly think if they moved on, they'd stand a chance against North Dakota.
Okay.
So where does that leave us moving into the second round? Zach, I think we move back up to where Michigan and Bentley started.
Yes, that brings us to Michigan versus Penn State. Worth noting, these teams played 5 times throughout the regular season. Michigan taking 4 wins, only losing once. They won their most recent matchup in the Big Ten tournament 5-2.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if we need to. I kind of can retain most. I've retained most of it.
We're not going to go over any of the team stats again. The first round was going to be the majority of length of this video. We all remember what we were talking about. I've got the stats still in front of me if we want to look at anything, but for the most part, it's just memory retention.
I'm going Michigan.
I'm also going Michigan, and as much as I like what Penn State has put together, I don't think they'd even have a dog in the fight if Gavin McKenna wasn't on roster. You are leaning on who is labeled a generational talent. And yes, he had a good year. He made a lot of noise. Some of it not on the ice. We're not going to talk about that part. Michigan has far more. Michigan has far more talent on their roster. I mean, you look at the guys that they have that they didn't just pick up from like drafted teams, right? Like guys who have been here. TJ Hughes being the biggest one. He has been here for fucking ever. He led them with 53 points. Like I guarantee you that guy, as soon as this tournament is done, even though he wasn't drafted, he's signing somewhere. He's going to be in the NHL by the end of this season.
No relation to the other Hughes brothers, unfortunately.
No, otherwise there'd be 700 of them. You know there are 2 Jack Hugheses, and one of them plays for LA? I don't like life. No, there's so much to like about this Michigan team as far as depth goes. There's so much going on. I mean, you look at guys that they brought in because they're good penalty killers, like Keenan Draper and Malcolm Spence. Like, those are big body guys. It's not all just raw goal-scoring talent. This Michigan roster is assembled so soundly. I don't think Penn State... you play 10 games, Michigan wins 9 of them.
Yep.
That's... I don't think there's any question.
Colby was doing the BTA, so I'm assuming he's taking Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I hit my finger on the desk and now my finger hurt.
Whoever's editing this, please feel free to use the whip crack sound that I use.
Yeah, and then use a bone cracking sound effect when he whacks his finger.
You can tell.
Hit marker.
You can tell.
See the
You can tell
hit
when you watch
markers?
that.
Pump shotgun sound effect.
But if we're sticking to the left side of the bracket, that brings us to Western Michigan versus Denver. Conference opponent yet again. Played 5 times as well. Denver leads the series 3-2. They matched up as well in the conference tournament. Denver took that game 2-1 in overtime. They played that game in Denver. This game is taking place right around the corner, Loveland, Colorado. So, I mean, they're in their backyard at the very least. So, as much as
it's going to be a tight game,
it's going to be a tight game. I know we don't want to. I know what we're trying to set up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Denver.
Listen to my delusions, if you will. If Denver can shut down that barn, if they can quiet that barn, they got a chance.
I will point out Western is 2-1 playing in Denver. They lost the most recent matchup, but the other 2 matchups that happened in Denver, Western won 4-1 and 6-2.
So I mean, they
So
can
I will.
they can win.
My argument is going to be neither of these teams have been scoring at will this year. They are defense first, ask questions later, rely on a good goalie. Looking at the goalie stats, Slakinski for Western with a 9.16, and then Quentin Miller with a 9.16 as well for Denver. I mean, these teams are pretty much tit for tat in every
Yeah.
category. I'm going to sound biased. Western's been here before. I know Denver has, just not as recently. With how tight their season series has been, and with Western losing out in their conference game, their conference playoff game, I think they come into this game with a little more heat. And I wouldn't be surprised one bit if this also goes to overtime. I think Western takes it. So does Colby split the vote here and vote Western with me, or do we eliminate Western and he picks Denver? If we split the vote, what happens?
We have Sam flip a coin like he did for March Madness.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
All right.
Oh, shit, let me see if I can find a coin, just in case.
Just like Doctor Strange, I have seen all possible outcomes,
Oh, Lord.
and all possible outcomes lead to the Western Michigan Broncos pulling it out.
That leads.
This game, genuinely, our decision going to a coin flip is so fitting because this game will too. Genuinely, it will be who makes the first mistake.
Yeah.
It'll be up to an incalculable amount of intangible outcomes that decide the outcome of this game. I don't think either team comes in as a favorite.
It'll be like who's slightly subbing better on this one rotation leads to a breakaway, leads to a goal, leads to the game being 2-1. That's it.
It could even come down to a stupid thing like who ends up with home ice advantage because of rankings and who gets last line change and something so ridiculously stupid.
I think
this game could really go any direction.
I think technically because they're the higher seed, Western will be considered the home team for this one.
Right, which gives you a huge advantage in line matching because you get last line change if you're the home team.
So Sam,
that's a big thing for Western to consider.
What's that coin saying?
So I didn't find a coin.
But
I did find a $5 bill, however. So I got a bottle
Do
cap.
I have any? All right, yeah. Hold on, Sam. You're pissing me
Yeah,
off.
let's get one of the
Okay.
camera guys.
Fittingly, I have a hockey
Yeah,
puck. This one I'm going to mark up.
In my
real quick.
brand new golf bag I got.
Oh, he went too far. We can't hear him.
We have an X carved on one side. That'll be heads. The blank side is tails. Who are we putting on what side?
Heads, Western, tails, Denver.
I like that.
Cool. Denver. We got the X was on this side. I don't know if you could see it in the
Yep.
light. You can
yep,
see it
we
a
can
little
see
bit.
it.
Yeah.
I have an actual coin.
Nah, the puck is more
Right, we flip it
The puck is
situational.
more fitting. The
Yeah.
puck is fitting.
But this one would have had magic.
I
We
should've
don't do
waited.
bias here, asshole.
The coin is supposed
It's
to
not
be
biased.
on bias.
All right.
That leaves
Well,
us.
we have
leads-
Denver
out.
moving on in that matchup.
Spring.
That leads us to Michigan State versus Dartmouth. I think.
Don't even talk about
This is a barn burner.
it.
Give me
Oh, no
Sparty.
way.
Give me Sparty.
Yeah, it's Sparty.
Yeah,
that was
I love what Dartmouth has done this year. It's who's that guy on TikTok who reviews movies where when it's really bad he starts his videos with I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody in the making of this film because it truly takes a miracle to put a movie together. That being said, and then he shits on it. Dartmouth, I appreciate all the effort you put in this year. Because it truly takes a miracle to put together a hockey season. That being said, Sparty gonna smoke yo shit out, 17-2. It's not close.
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say
felt
we were
harsh,
talking about the
but-
first round it doesn't matter who you're putting against Barty out of Dartmouth or Wisconsin. They're getting turned into a pack.
Because let's be perfectly clear. You had Hayden Stavroff as the leading point scorer, 48 points in 34 games for Dartmouth, right? Like, obviously, weaker competition than Sparty's faced all year, but their big factor was one offensive dynamo and Emmett Crottiot with a 924 in net. Those were their two big guys. Trey Augustine had a 929 against significantly harder competition, and you have to go up against Charlie Stramble and Porter Martone. Go to bed. That's put a pillow on the bench to take a nap at intermission because you're gonna need it. It's a hard ass game to win.
Then that would take us to North Dakota v. Province. I'm gonna stick with North Dakota. I'm not gonna lie here.
Thanks for showing up, Providence. All
name team. Respect to you. There's not a whole lot of argument anywhere. Like, I wasn't a fan of Providence moving out of the first round. I definitely don't see him holding the candle to North Dakota. That is, whoever wins between Providence and Quinnipiac has the honor of being sent home by North Dakota. That's it. That's the game.
I mean, shit, they're also playing in Sioux Falls, North Dakota.
Yeah.
Even if they had even if they were a better team, they're not making. They're going to get screamed out of that bar. It's not happening.
Yeah. All right. Well, that moves us into the semis, does it not?
Go back to Rhode Island.
To the official Frozen Four taking place in Las Vegas. The first matchup, Michigan versus Denver. No matchups between these two teams this year. I'm gonna rock with Michigan though. Shocker.
Yeah, as much as I love Denver, I think again we were talking about Providence and Quinnipiac. Whoever wins that has the honor of losing to North Dakota. Whoever takes the 50-50 coin flip of a game that is Western Michigan and Denver has the honor of losing to Michigan. It's the differences in conference and a strength of schedule. It's not close, man. And Michigan has steamrolled everybody in their path this year. I shouldn't say steamrolled. They had close games against State and Penn State, and they had tough opponents this year, but significantly tougher than what Denver had to go through. And yeah, Denver makes the Frozen Four. Congratulations. That's an honor within itself. Thanks for coming. You didn't do as poorly as Quinnipiac or Providence.
Yeah, you're getting an all expense paid trip to Las Vegas. Have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Take the Frozen Four appearance in your program's resume and be happy with that outcome. Is pretty much how that's going to go.
Then that leads us on the flip side. North Dakota, Michigan State. I know what Colby and Sam are gonna say. I don't know what Tony's gonna say. I'm gonna go North Dakota.
You want to get your two opinions out of the way first, Sam and Colby?
Do we need to?
Yeah, you already know where we're going.
So it's two state votes and Zach for North Dakota. This one's a tough one, man, because both programs are doing so well this year. Both of them have very comparable strengths and weaknesses. I love Michigan State as a team. I love their roster makeup. I love what they've done this year. It's exactly why I'm taking them over North Dakota. There is so much
I was waiting for that
in that lineup coming into this tournament. There are guys on this roster who got embarrassed last year, Trey Augustine being one of them. I expect him to turn into prime Patrick Waugh at the NCAA level.
So
I think this year, Trey Augustine is going to be a monster to face. And I frankly don't think that a 909 in net with Jan Spunar is going to be enough to hold back the scoring onslaught that MSU can deliver. And on the flip side, whatever North Dakota can shove at you, Trey Augustine's shutting the door on most of them. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a barn burner. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a couple fights breaking out. I'm taking Michigan State.
Okay, so I want everyone to picture this possible, very realistic 7-day stretch that we could have. April 4th.
That is good, man.
April 4th, Michigan State takes on, give me Houston. Michigan State, Houston, play in the Final Four. Michigan, Arizona play in the Final Four. Both teams win and play each other in the national championship April 6th. Then we fast forward 3 days to April 9th, and we get Michigan versus Denver or Michigan versus Western Michigan. Michigan wins to go to the national championship. Same day, Michigan State takes on North Dakota, wins to go to the national championship. National championship, April 11th. So within the span of 7 days, we could watch both teams play in the Final Four / Frozen Four and play each other in the national championship within a 5-day span. The national championships would be 5 days apart.
I'm taking a week off work.
If that happens,
I'm phoning it in. I'm sitting on the
if that
couch.
happens,
The
the
state-
group chat
The
would be
state burns.
We might not sleep. And it
No.
might be a win after a win after a win and parties in between. It's going to be a tough week.
the best case
Ah.
scenario is Michigan State wins whichever, Michigan wins the other. Best case scenario. Because any other
Get
scenario,
done with an even split.
heads will fucking roll.
Yeah, could you imagine
There's gonna
the
be
rivalry of
Someone's
one team
head
wins
on a
both?
fucking spike in front of someone's place.
Yeah, the one team would never hear the end of it. One fan base would never hear the end of it if they had to watch
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
their teams lose the national championship twice within 5-day span to each other. Like if Michigan lost both or Michigan
That's like
State
a
lost both.
decade-long recovery period.
No, that's like that's a lifetime. I don't know if you live that down. Like
No.
I mean program-wise.
Oh.
Fan base-wise, you're never hearing
Never.
the end of it.
We'll
Your
be-
kids might not hear the end of it.
no,
We'll be in our 60s. We'll be arguing like Michigan State. You're like, oh, who won back to back? Who won back to back in 5 days? Who won back to back in 5 days, motherfucker?
Yeah, where were you in 2026? The loser's bracket, buddy. Somebody hand me my Adderall. Oh my God!
I don't know.
So
I mentally
U of M,
I could pick
MSU, the Frozen Four championship. What are our arguments here, boys? Because I know we got
okay, let me
two
pull it-
Sparty
let me-
fans.
let me-
I know we
it's
got
going
two
to a point.
It's going to a
fans.
point.
that. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
So they
I
played.
want to hear
I'm
the
just
head-to-head.
I'm just pulling it up. They've played 4 times, twice in Ann Arbor, once in Lansing or East Lansing, once in Detroit. They split in Ann
Yep.
Arbor. Michigan won in East Lansing, and Michigan State won in Detroit. Michigan State, that was the last matchup. Was the duel in the D. Michigan State won 2-5. The game before that, Michigan won 4-3 in overtime. And then the previous two matchups at the start of December was Michigan State 1-3. The day prior, Michigan won 3-0. All trends are pointing to Michigan has won the first time they matched up. So give me Michigan. They don't have to play twice. Give me Michigan.
We want to let the other two boys
gonna be
speak
a-
before I get statty and nerdy.
This is going to be Canada versus US at the Olympics. That's what this is.
If the four of us are not in the same room watching this Frozen Four final, I think we're not friends anymore. I think it's just how that works.
See, watching this one together would be doable. I truthfully
Yeah.
would not be able to watch the basketball national championship with Colby
No.
if that happens.
No, because you two would punch each other before tip off. I'd have to handcuff both of you to bar stools on opposite
we
ends of the
wouldn't-
room.
This one we
Dude, I
could
bet
watch
they'd be
a
down to
little
get
bit
handcuffed.
calmer.
Not a jam. I'd be trying to throw out my own jam on Zach, and he would not.
Sam, what did you just say?
I think they'd be down to get handcuffed, though. Just saying.
What?
I did
Okay.
hear you right. All right, Sam's received a yellow card. He can't speak for the next 3 minutes.
I'm gonna put up yellow cards on by their names. I hope you know.
Love
Nice.
that.
What did
So-
I do?
I'm going to get nerdy in stats for a minute. This is easily the most entertaining game the Frozen Four final could have. Because you're not just having two top-ranked teams in the finals. You're not just having two fan bases who are, well-versed with each other, playing in the same conference. You have two fan bases that hate each other's blood. And it will be spilled. This game, if it does happen, murder on both ends. I mean,
There'll be riots in the streets.
I think truly it's going to come down to the talent at forward, right? Trey Augustine is going to face a ton of trouble coming into this game, short of, UConn, right? If Wisconsin does make it, they could make a little bit of noise and give Augustine some trouble. Dartmouth has a couple of guys that could shoot, whatever. North Dakota's going to give Augustine fits. And truly, if you're only looking at it from a goaltending point of view, Jack Ivankovic, he's incredibly talented and has done so well, especially with the help that the defense in front of him has given him. His talent level and development at this point doesn't hold a candle to Augustine. It's not there yet. When they matched up, it was tight. And against Augustine, Ivankovic held his own. It's not the argument, though, because the goalies don't shoot on each other. It's the guys in front of them. Michigan's defense has notoriously been better against MSU than they have been against other teams. MSU's forward group has been hungrier against U of M than they have against other teams. These are two teams that, playing each other, not only hate each other, they are going to bring the best out of one another and each other. It is going to be the best matchup of the tournament, bar none. And it comes down to who shows up. The big guys like TJ Hughes, Michael Haig, Will Horkoff, Jaden Perron, those guys for Michigan have been reliable all year long. And then on the other end, you have Charlie Strammel, Porter Martone, Daniel Russell, Riker Lee. Like, you're going to have players on both ends that try to carry the team. It's the intangibles that are going to get it done. And I think in the bottom six for the forwards, in terms of their defense, their grindiness, and their overall two-way ability, I think Michigan has them beat. It's going to be a one-goal game no matter what. I think the Wolverines win it all.
All right, now let's flip that hockey puck. Michigan,
Yeah.
Michigan on the X side or Sparty on the X side?
Yep.
Well-
X here. That'll be Michigan because they're ranked number 1. Tails will be MSU because they're ranked number 3. Oh, that was a bad flip.
That was a bad
Hold on.
flip.
Let me get a little.
He's rigging it!
Ooh.
And your Bitcast, Frozen Four champions. No X. It is Michigan State. Sparty wins it all, baby. See, I carved the X out of the puck, so that side is lighter. It wants to be on the bottom.
Damn, go green!
Go away!
There it is.
I couldn't hear. All I heard was Tony.
Well, this was the video where I was supposed to speak a lot.
And I
No,
will.
but I couldn't hear
didn't-
Colby say "Go Green."
We didn't do this last year, so we don't have that like the March Madness. But I will throw up our Final Four Frozen Four, excuse me, from 2 years ago, when Denver won it all, I believe, right?
Oh,
Yes.
I believe so. I will fact
Sounds
check that
correct.
real quick.
Um,
Do you guys
Yeah, we
want
had
to
it-
see my project that you can use in the video now?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. It is finished. I have finished it.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord.
Oh, there's a stream.
I
Oh my
love
God.
that.
Oh my.
I love
This
the
is what I've been
kitties and
looking
the
at the entire
poses.
time. I wanted Cornell to beat Denver so I could put red really big, and then I realized Dartmouth is big green.
What in the MS
This-
Paint am I looking at?
Okay.
So I'm gonna send this
He's
to
an
you.
artist.
Oh my
This
God,
video.
that's horrible,
no,
and I
no,
love
you don't even have
it.
to send it to me.
that.
That's just, since I'm in the Discord still. Everyone is seeing it as it is.
Bro, use the snippet tool.
Yeah, dude. we can just,
Zach,
we
you
can
were
use this
correct.
for-
2 years ago, it was Denver.
Okay. Yep. I think we
It
had.
wasn't
we had
our
Boston.
bracket.
We had Boston College winning.
Yep, we sure
You
did.
remember
And they
Boston
lost 2-0
versus
like a bunch
Boston?
of bums. No, Boston versus Boston would have been in the.
No, I think we did have Boston. versus
No, I think we
Yeah, I think we
did
had
have
because
Boston.
we had
versus
Boston.
Boston
We had
University.
Boston College beating Michigan in the Frozen Four, which did happen, I
Yeah,
believe. No, wait, no, maybe I can't remember now. I'm
it did.
blanking.
Boston College beat Michigan 4-0 in the semis.
Anyways,
Which, how the hell did that happen?
it was nice coming back for the second time. Tony, this is your first time back doing the podcast episode.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
I
cooking,
missed you guys.
we've been cooking up some ideas. I got a move about to happen.
You just called me a part-timer, you scumbag. Check the follower count. Check the amount of videos I put up on TikTok.
But yeah, we've got some ideas cooked up for you folks. We're gonna be a little bit of a delay, a little bit of a pause with me moving here within the next 2 weeks. Once that happens,
Boo! You're a responsible adult. Boo!
but once that happens, we will come back. We will be coming back hot and strong.
Mhm.
And until we have to
There's
go
gonna
on,
be a lot of content
I
going
was
on.
about to say until we have to pause again when Tony moves shortly thereafter.
You like my boxes?
But
I'll have an actual backdrop next time, I swear.
we have plenty of ideas that we probably could record a handful and just pump out a lot of content at the
Oh,
same
absolutely.
once. But
I've been sending ideas to the group chat.
with that being said,
Yup.
make sure you are hitting that bell.
Hit the bell. I missed that.
Make sure you are liked, subscribed, commenting, sharing this with your friends, your neighbors, your dog, your dog's dog, your co-workers.
Share it with your boss's son's second grade English teacher.
There you go.
You
Share
said
it.
that one already, dude.
Share it with
Like 2 years
everyone,
ago.
anyone you can. We appreciate you being here. We hope you come back. We'll catch you next time. Yer.